Welcome back, dear viewers. We're still in this beautiful daily broadcasting live of Good Morning Kuwait, your daily program from KTV2. And definitely, as we mentioned earlier, we have today a special guest, and he is from the pharmaceutical field. Let's all welcome Mr. or Dr. Ali Abdullah, a pharmacist, to know from him everything we need about medicine supplies and usage. So good morning, Dr. Ali.
Good morning, Mr. Farid. Thank you for the kind introduction, and I would like also to send my greeting to the dear viewers.
Thank you very much. Dr. Ali, tell us a little bit about yourself. I think you are a graduate from UK.
Yes, I started my journey back in 2011. I studied in Liverpool John Moores University, where I ended my Master of Pharmacy degree. Then I went back to UK in 2017 to have the Masters of Clinical Pharmacology from King's College London in 2017.
King's College.
Yes.
Yeah, that's well known, and John Morris also.
Yeah.
So you have, let's say, British experience in this kind of field.
Alhamdulillah, yes.
That's cool. And also you taught, I guess, in Kuwait?
Yes. When I went back from King's College London in 2017, I started as a visiting teaching assistant in the College of Health Science and the Public Authority of Applied Education and Training.
Yeah. That's amazing. So you work and teach in the same time. That's amazing. Definitely, it's the experience. Yeah. So can you explain to our viewers what is going on these days in medicine supplies? There's, a lot of people complaining from a lack of medicines. Everywhere you see broadcasters, people on Snapchat, people on social, media, complaining about this situation, and it seems to me it's repeating itself.
Well, actually, we have to differentiate between two phases of our lives. First, we have the pre-COVID era and the post-COVID era. Now, the problem we have with the medical supplies, as we call it the post-COVID era, there was a lot of problems which is global to anywhere in the world. There is a problem in the supply chain, there is a problem in the companies themselves, so that's why there's a shortage of supply all over the world. It's not only specific to Kuwait.
Okay, so this is global.
Yes, it is. It is a global because of some reasons like the employment. There is also problems with the shippings as well. There is a problem with the supply chain itself. So some countries, as I think, as in China now, there is a very big issue with the shipping with the shipping problems. So they can't. The prices went up. They can't even stick to the time if they give you a time for the shipment.
Okay.
So it is a global problem. It's not specific to the area, not specific to the region we have. So it's everywhere.
Can we basically make medicine?
Well, if you do like some kind of agreement,
like for example in Egypt, in those countries, in UAE.
Yeah, there are some manufacturers in Egypt and also in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. There's some manufacturers.
GCC countries.
In the GCC countries, but still you need, it's like having your turn in importing the medicines. There are a lot of customers before you, so even if you go to apply to buy a medicine, you have to wait for your turn until getting that medicine to your country.
By making a manufacturer in your country, you mean by wait in turn for raw materials?
Yeah, no, not for the raw materials. First, if you want to make up the medicine in Kuwait, you have to make an agreement with the mother company to bring the raw materials to Kuwait.
Okay, I see.
If you want to make a new
you have
orders,
to have their consent, yeah.
Yes, and if you want to make the new orders with the regional manufacturers we have in the area, then probably there was many customers before you, so that you have to wait for your turn until it comes up. Then they can bring you the medicines.
Okay, I see. So you have to have the permission.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people.
There's a very long time frame on it.
Okay, and that's why it takes. Anyway, so what about buying medicine from private pharmacies? Is there any hints you can give us? I know there's not much, but some people could help saving money or keeping themselves on a safe side, for example?
Yeah, well, the most important advice we have for buying medicines from the private sector is never buy a medicine by your self-judgment. always have an advice from a medical professional or from your physician. And you know, some medicines, they require a prescription. Never discuss that with a pharmacist and argue to have it without a prescription. The prescription is there to protect you and to give you instructions on how to use the medicine very properly.
So this is like you have to always have one thing in mind. It has to be prescribed, and don't take medicine without consultant of your physician.
Yes, absolutely.
That's amazing. So tell us about medicine usage, expiration date after opening the pack of medicine, overdoses, stuff like that. I mean, you know, there's a lot of hazards in between.
Definitely.
Elaborate on that.
It's a very, very big area of discussion, actually. Probably we need more than hours to discuss the outcome of the use of the medicine. But most importantly, there are some instructions that you can find with each medicine in the patient leaflet. There are some very specific and technical advices that you need to stick with, especially with some special preparation like the eye drops, the antibiotics, with mostly all the medicines. But I'm focusing with the eye drops because the eyes are the most sensitive organ of the body. So if you use something that is infected, it will affect your eyes, and you will get your eye infected as well, which will affect your vision, will have long-term outcomes. So there are advices for the eye drops that never use the eye drops after opening by 2 weeks. Some of them, they say maximum 1 month. For the antibiotics as well, even for the systemic antibiotics.
Yeah, but people saying, wondering, you know, for the eye, whatever, you know, part of the eye, there are some drops, you know, you have to use them more than a month.
No, even if you can, some manufacturers, they specify the time that the container can be opened after the use. Maximum we have is 1 month. So if you need to use the same drops for 1 month, you need to buy different containers.
I mean, do we open the drop medicine?
Yeah, some drops are coming like as 15 milliliters containers that you can use for the month long.
You squeeze them.
Yes.
That's it. If you don't open
still,
the head.
With the opening you make and the drops you get, there is a small chance of that solution is getting infected. Especially after the 1 month.
So you have maximum, you have 1 month.
Yes. The same with the syrups and suspensions that comes as an antibiotics. You know that some antibiotics need to be reconstituted with water. Some people, they keep them in the fridge for a longer time, but all the manufacturers say after the reconstitutions, some of them need to be kept only for 1 month, and very rarely some antibiotics for 3 months, and then you have to dispose them.
Okay, doctor, why there is a lot of emphasis on the timing in antibiotics? So they say you have to take it once a day for 7 days, and that particular time, first time you took it. For example, let's say I started this antibiotic at 6 p.m.
Yes.
I have to take it every day at 6 p.m. Why there is a lot of importance for the time?
Well, this is a very scientific point of view. So it depends on the concentration of the drug inside your body. So we need to keep certain concentration over the time. So that's why we ask you to take it, as example, as you said, at the same time every day, or probably every 6 hours.
It will work effectively.
Yes, we need to keep something we call minimum inhibition concentration inside your body. That depends on the concentration of the drug inside your body. So when we ask you to take it on a fixed time frame, we need to keep the concentration on a certain level. Then after 5 days, because some bacteria are susceptible to the antibiotics within a certain concentration for some number of days. So even though we don't ask you to take it off like after 3 days, we need you to stick to 5 or to 7 days. We need that concentration we need to achieve that concentration so that we can get rid of the bacteria inside your body.
So what is the most important part in using or taking any medicine? If somebody tells you, what is the most important thing?
Well, I have 2 points, if you don't mind. The first one is never take any medicine by yourself. Always ask for medical professional advice. and they are everywhere now. You know, the physicians, the doctors, the pharmacists, they are everywhere. They are easily accessed, easier than before. And the second advice is never share your medicine with anybody, even if they have the same symptoms that you had before.
Okay. Yeah. You may harm him.
Yes.
Okay.
Probably, like as example for the antibiotics,
Yeah.
if you are using a certain antibiotic and then you give it to someone, you know, he might have like allergy from it, and then you will have a negative impact on it.
Okay. So definitely, especially those who are on social media, you know, platforms, you know, everybody becoming a scientist. That's really funny, you know, and he tells you, take some, you know, grams of that and put it on top of this.
That's the point. That's one of the problems we have now. We can't, or the doctors can't diagnose any disease on the social media. So if you need an advice, you have to go to the doctor so he can give you the proper diagnosis as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So tell us more about the DOFAT event.
Yes, DOFAT is one of the well-known conferences around the world. Probably it's the second or the third important one, which is specialized in pharmacy and pharmaceutical industry. And it's happening every year in Dubai, which will be like in 2 weeks, starting from the 10th to the 12th of January. The special part of DOFAT this year is that we have a very big participation of the Kuwaiti speakers and you know, some companies that are representing Kuwait. We have more than 11 speakers in this year, only from Kuwait. So this is a good chance for us to show our experience in the pharmaceutical industry.
Nice. So this is also really representing Kuwait as like, you know, ambassadors in pharmaceutical.
It is an international conference. There are many visitors, probably millions of visitors from all around the world. All the experts they meet in there, so we are part of the experts, hopefully.
Okay. Any last word, Dr. Ali, because we are out of time, so this is the end of it. If you have last word for, you know, our patient, our viewers, you know, everybody.
I would like firstly to thank you for hosting me today, and thank our viewers for following us. And again, just reminding our dear viewers that never use a medicine without a medical professional advice, and never share the medicine with anyone.
And we thank also your brother. He's a pharmacist too.
Yeah,
and
my older brother.
Yes, Abdullah,
yes. Huh? I have seen my brother working as a pharmacist. So that's why I decided to study pharmacy.
Oh, so you owe it to
he guided me.
Dear viewers, Ali Abdullah Sarraf, a doctor in the pharmaceutical field and a pharmacist. Great thanks to you, Dr. Ali.
Thank you very much.